I am Sandy Shellis, the disabled able gardener portion of Environmental Coffee House, which covers everything under the environmental umbrella. This is just one of my canned shelves of food that I prepare for the winter, and I grow inside all year. Also, I'm overwintering some plants over there. So I'm going to take you for a walk around the property today and have a chat. We'll start out here where I'm prepping for the winter. I heat with wood. It comes from Max and Debbie's farm. He is 79 years old and he is a person that takes care of his property, and I'm the only one that he sells firewood to. So I am getting ready for the winter. In the beginning of the season, you saw everything that was blooming and now is dying and collecting the seeds. It's really hot out today, actually, so I'm probably going to work in the garden, but I just thought I would show you there's things that are still, look at that, still blooming, but I have to harvest. Let's go out to the greenhouse first and we'll take a look. So for those of you who might be new to the channel, we cover a lot of stuff. And, you know, when you have Environmental Coffee House, you can say, okay, there's lots of things to cover. So I say, all right, under the environmental umbrella. And I am disabled and I am able to do a lot of things. I've got tomatoes still growing in the greenhouse in Western New York. And actually, it's like 75 degrees today. So I'm pretty much closed up, though, for the winter. Things are away in here. I've got to water these guys, but they are really good. They really are delicious. Tomatoes. I've been doing this all summer, all over everywhere. And I canned a lot of stuff, a lot of soup. It's kind of like the year that I gave up halfway. I lost the fight with weeds, but I still got a lot of good stuff. So being that I got a lot of good stuff, I wasn't unhappy. I grew what I wanted to grow. And this is my garden shed that my family was really nice to get me for my birthday last year. My house is certainly not manicured. I had beautiful Joe Pye weed that I transplanted here from our buddy Sam's, but everything is gonna die. And this is my drought proofing, but because if it gets a freeze, I'm gonna have to do this. But I'm not gonna waste the water, not yet. Because I still have to, if we don't get rain, I want to water some of the orchard trees. And it's been a tough year. I got to wrap these guys. There was a freeze in the beginning of the year and it was difficult. This apple's not doing well. That one is. But who knows? I don't know when I'll get any fruit. Doesn't matter. I put it in. I talk to the trees. I take care of the trees and that's what I do. And I let a lot of it grow. I just mow pathways. So first thing is, this is the remnants of the garden for this year, which I've been cleaning up. And this is where my campers were this year, which was a great help. I guess I really don't care about that because, hey, it'll grow in and they help me. All right. So I've left this open. I need a new gate. The gate is falling apart, completely falling apart. So everything was nice and now it's a mess. I've been picking up and cleaning up the beds, and even the flowers are pretty much gone. There's some tomatoes there, but I got everything out for the most part. The peppers. I still have a cauliflower I'm leaving the cauliflower until it's not warm because it's still growing. This guy isn't. All this stuff has to come out, so it will. I got a cart. I'll pick it all out, cover up for the winter time. I harvested mostly everything. Lots of tomatoes though. I had so many tomatoes. I can't believe I left these. I didn't even know they were still growing. So, self-sufficiency is important. When you're disabled like me, with really bad spine, neck, and lower spine, you've got to have community and you've got to have people you trust to help you. This is the first year I really did not win. Again, I said, win the fight with weeds, although weeds are very beneficial in some areas in your garden. You don't want them to encroach on everything. Out here, it doesn't bother me at all. Out here, it's okay. So closing up for the season. Well, I live by the seasons. I live for when I plant, and so many of our followers at Environmental Coffee House do. We live for when we plant. I start planting in the greenhouse in March. Like I said, I grow all year, and I like it. Hey, I did not choose an easy lifestyle. And a lot of people say, how do you do it? How do you do it? You do all that, which I do, not so successfully all the time. And grow it, can it, tend it, all the cats, the rescues, and then the show, and then the videos. Well, I chose to live this way because I think it's a very sane way for me after having a life of certain insanity at times, you know, and I think a lot of people can definitely identify with that. So here we go. I have an outhouse and I use it. I don't know if you guys read or heard about the Alan Urban article. He's on OK Doomer with Jessica Wildfire. Look, there's a plastic piece of industrialized civilization right in here. And I use it. So I am able to not have to use plumbing if the shit hits the fan. Grid. I don't have solar panels. I'm hooked up to our town, which is 100% carbon free because we get our electricity from hydropower from Niagara Falls, which is great. My bill is really cheap. I run a lot of shit that's electric because I'm trying to get off propane for once and for all, which would be nice. A lot of people can't do it, and I'm really trying. And what journey is this, you say? Somewhat post-doom, no gloom. Somewhat fighting for things that we want, like not having plastic everywhere. Today I listened to Senator Sheldon Whitehouse in the United States, had a hearing on the plastic industry, and he is amazing because he's like one of the only ones that really talks about all this stuff, specific as he does, and how they need to be taxed. And they need to be taxed so that they do the right thing. And we have to get rid of single-use plastics. There's a company, Lever, that is going to start making a difference in cleaning up. But single-use plastics is the worst thing, I think, for the whole planet. And he also brought up that recycling is a sham. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, somebody's telling the truth.
Thanks, Chairman. Just for the record, I don't think plastic bags are recyclable in DC. They're not in Rhode Island. Plus, the recycling rate completely stinks. There are some plastics that go into the bin that are 0% recycled. There are others, I think the top is 20%, and the average is single digit, like 8 or 9% of what you actually put in the bin to recycle getting recycled. So it's very, very much a failed system. almost to the point where we put consumers into the role of being unwitting actors in a play in which recycling takes place, except at the end of the day, it's faux recycling. It doesn't actually take place.
Right now, the creek is dry, even though we had some rain, because I am off what is called the Genesee River, and the Jenny, well, this gets dry. This is not a running creek like other people's creeks, and that's the mess that I never cleaned up. I have a friend with a chainsaw, but it hasn't been a big priority, and it's not, there's only a little piece of it blocking the creek. There's nothing like having a group, a flesh and blood group, to be with you, to help you when times are down. I have friends. I know you have friends. And I don't even know what I'm trying to get at here. I guess just be self-sufficient as much as you can. Just do the best you can. It's hard. We see what's happening in the world. I mean, I look around me, and then I think of the people that are in the Gaza Strip. And what a privileged human being I am, despite the fact that I live with 24/7 pain. I'm disabled as fuck, and it's getting worse. I need more help. I don't have any money. I can complain about all this, but I'm not being bombed yet. I'm not having to go into a shelter unless maybe we get a tornado. A lot to be grateful for. And I have a path I cut in there. And then this is what I get to see. My wonderful neighbor, Lori. She rescues horses. I rescue cats. They got a cow. They're really nice. This is what I'm talking about. When I talk about community, and when I had COVID, Lori brought me chicken soup, and there's the horses. There's some of the horses. I was so happy when they bought this property, and they made it an animal sanctuary. It's just beautiful, and she's lovely. So there you have it. The Disabled Able Gardener. I showed you the remnants of what needs to be done here to get ready for the winter on this homestead. There's a lot to think about, a lot to do. I'm not going to say anything profound. Live your lives, enjoy every day, fight for the causes you believe in.